YouTube, we are in a new meta. The week of the new box. The new mini box, which brought us Fire Red Dragon Resonators. This picture you see on screen right now has nothing to do with this. We're in the grand finals. I don't know what happened to Harpies. Harpies was tier 1 going into this event. They didn't do so hot, and you'll see why or what happened. Click join on YouTube if you want to join the fun. Then click on discord.gg/duel links meta. With the discord.gg/duel links meta, you are then invited. You're invited to the largest, most active Discord for events, discussions, and help. Click on that link, accept your invite. Then once you're in the Discord, you're going to go to the connections. Go to here, click on YouTube, unless you are subbed to me through Twitch. Joined on YouTube, subbed on Twitch, not subbed on YouTube, but please sub on YouTube, thank you. Then once you're connected to the Discord, you're going to get all the benefits, as you see right here. The weekly free events, $60 plus weekly free. You're afraid of events? These are 100-player duel rooms. They're free entry. There's no judges, no deckless submission, no rules. You grab the duel room ID. You don't have to talk to anyone. No one even talks to you. You just join, play, have fun. Don't worry about it. Zero anxiety. Then the weekly, monthly events, new player help, active deck type discussions, get access to spicy win streaks, top decks, questions and help. These are all the events I provide, so screenshot this, pause. If you want to see the 2 free events and the entry fee events, these are the total events I provide. Now, going into the Discord, I don't know what I just clicked on. Going into the Discord, you will see the questions and help channel. Get your questions and help right here, right here. Spicy win streak. You want spicy decks? Wow, Blue Eyes is now considered spicy. El Mayo, because it's not on the tier list. Shooting Star Dragon with the win streak. Witchcrafter with the win streak. Check out the spicy decks. It is all here. Otherwise, discuss in the most active deck type discussions out of anywhere else on the internet for Duel Links. 58,000 messages of discussing in the Resonator channel. Get good with us. Let's go. Grand finals.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
YouTube, if you watch live, you get to vote on duels live with your star chips. You gain star chips just by watching the stream. It is completely free. Have at it, fools. Let's start the grand finals. Yes, 2 Shiranui in the grand finals. They were not on the tier list. They didn't get boosted. They didn't get buffed. They didn't get any new cards. There's 2 of them in the grand finals, though. Because they do well against Resonator, which does well against Harpies, which does well against Shiranui. But Resonator's dealt with Harpies. And now you have Shiranui dealing with Resonator. The holy circle of life. Let's go. Set. Bunch of sets. This whole deck is about getting your zombies in the graveyard. Get your Spectral Sword in the graveyard. Your main play is Spectral Sword in the grave. Not the turn it sent to the grave, but beyond the turn you sent it to the grave, it could banish itself in a non-tuner to make a synchro play. Normal summoning the Spectral Sword. Let's put on the voice lines. You know it. Let's go. With triple back row, do we want to stop this potential level 6 synchro play? Yes, we do. We're going to flip down the Gazuki or the Spectral Sword. Shh. Of course, you want to flip down the Spectral Sword. If you flip down the Gazuki, that would be incorrect since it's already been on the field for a turn. It would be able to flip itself right back up. We don't want to do coaching here, though. Ballista Squad, tributing off the Shiranui Spectral Sword, destroying the back row Floodgate Trap hole before being flipped face down. The other Spectral Sword that was not sent there this turn is banishing the Solitaire to make a level 6. Now the Solitaire being banished is going to summon the level 2 tuner back onto the field. So what the Canadia was trying to prevent, he's doing exactly right now. He did not get prevented at all. In fact, this is much better. Coral Dragon. Gazuki, if it was sent to the graveyard, he could banish a zombie from the grave to summon a zombie from the hand. Is he really going in for lethal? No way. David, your deck is supposed to be slow. What? He, didn't do anything. What? What the? What was that?
Set my monster. That ends my
All right, back to Dkayed. He banished his Spectral Sword to summon that Samurai and then did nothing with it. Discarding a Drowning Mirror Force to take out... Oh! You took out Drowning with Drowning! He knew there was a Drowning! He knew it!
Come out. I seek
I'll tell you what happened. As soon as he summoned the third monster in the field, there was no delay, there was no hourglass. How did he learn that? He learned that from the Duel Links meta streams outside of tournaments. He learned from me to feel out the needle ceiling, and after he felt there was no needle ceiling, it had to be Drowning. It had to be Drowning. There was nothing else it could be. Very good.
I special summon a monster.
Kazuki and the Spectral Sword summoning a Samurai Saga.
My monster attacks immediately.
Samurai Skull taking out the set Spectral Sword, going in onto the set monster, which he did not want to attack into last turn because you don't want that in the grave for your opponent. 3,000 attack directly, except
Attach your life points directly.
6,000. It goes double. If you use only synchros to make the Animaru Divine Thunder, it becomes 6,000 attack.
Do not possess.
If you watch my regular Duel Links meta streams, you will 100% understand why he did that exact play on the previous turn. Why he summoned the Samurai Skull, and why he then ended his turn. It makes 100% sense.
My monster's effect activate.
Solitaire attributing itself to summon a zombie tuner from the deck. Now, if we look at Shiranui, what's up with Shiranui? If we search for Shiranui, popular Shiranui, the deck is semi-limited, like crazy. The Solitaire semi-limited, the Sun Saga semi-limited, the Spirit Master semi-limited, the Squire semi-limited. When you have 4 cards semi-limited, it's impossible to play all 4. You can only pick 2 of the 4, and that's how you play them. It's not like the TCG ban list. They share the same goodie bag. You reach your hand in, you pull out just 2. Ballista Squad tributing off the Spectral Sword, taking out a Drowning Mirror Force, forever sniping the Drowning Mirror Force, which returns all attack position monsters on the field back into the deck on a direct attack.
My monster's effect
Banishing the Solitaire with the Spectral Sword that was sent to the grave during his opponent's end phase to summon a Zombie Skull into a Floodgate Trap Hole. Floodgate Trap Hole is going to permanently flip face down the Zombie Skull. Flip it.
come forth. I special
Solitaire summon the tuner back onto the field that banished itself.
horror awaits you. I summon a monster in attack position.
David, you're making crazy plays, David.
Activates.
Samurai Skull sent a monster from the deck to the grave, sending a Samurai Skull itself because he wants to synchro with the Samurai Skull and the Spectral Sword to get the Spectral Sword in the graveyard. Now, Juked with the Kanadi is going to flip down the Samurai Skull, so now he has no way to get the Spectral Sword in the grave. Now, Spectral Sword can only activate in the grave, banishing a non-tuner, if it was sent there on a previous turn. He would not have been able to make the play that turn, but it would have at least got the Spectral Sword in the grave. Now, if that's another Ballista Squad, then Juked is in a lot of trouble. With 3 traps in the grave, he could have activated Endless Trap Hell to return all 3 traps back in the deck, randomly one of them back into the hand. Kanadia quickly flipping down the Samurai Skull. And the fact that we were able to go back to David's main phase, that means he did not have another Ballista Squad, which would have been absolutely devastating. Now, by activating Kanadia, you could trigger the effect of the other Kanadia in the graveyard in response to a trap activating to summon itself from the grave. What was he thinking? He summoned it in attack position. Couldn't David just swing his Spectral Sword into it on purpose to get his Spectral Sword in the grave? Why did David not swing in his Spectral Sword? He's going to activate Ballista Squad, tributing off the Kanadia to destroy a set card on the field. Taking out the back row, goodbye to the Karma Cut. Now it's time to activate Endless Trap Hell. Return a trap in the graveyard back to the hand. The rest go back into the deck. Not coaching, it was after the play. Chill, chill.
Monster in attack position.
Normal summon a Kazuki.
Activates.
Send a Spectral Sword from the deck to the grave. Set another back row. Time to battle. You want his Spectral Sword in the grave? Are you crazy? You're playing the same deck. You know how it works. Why would you give him the play? You're crazy.
You're falling into my trap.
All right. Let's see what happens. You gave him the play. He's going to activate it. Whoa! He wanted him to do it so he could activate Revival Gift. They limited to 1 card. Summon your tuner from the grave and give your opponent 2 tokens that they do not want. Negating the synchro. No way. Goodbye to his Spectral Sword, self-banishing his Spectral Sword. And now he's got Gift Fiend tokens. What? Swinging in one of them into the Gazuki just to get rid of it. Holy moly, Ballista Squad tributing off the Spectral Sword to deal with, I'm assuming, the back row card. Goodbye, Fiendish Shane. This is absolutely nuts. Revival Gift summoning their token in attack position. You know what that does? That sets up lethal. Juked could potentially deal 4,000 damage over that token. Can he? Let's find out.
I summon a monster in attack position.
Oh, the token's broken. The token's broken. Solitaire Tribute itself. Summon a monster from the deck. Come forth, tuner.
I special summon a monster.
What now? You already have Spectral Sword in the grave. We're syncing with the field first. Yes, we are.
A new horror awaits you. I seek.
Behold, a new horror.
My monsters.
Samurai Saga, just to make room for the Spectral Sword to banish the Solitaire, to make a level 6 synchro, to then have the Solitaire summon the tuner back onto the field.
Come out. I special summon a monster. My monster's effect activates.
Zombie Skull. Activate Solitaire. The tuner's back here. Time to make a level 8.
Summon a monster.
I can't believe Revival Gift
Come out.
limited to 1.
Synchro summon.
Negated his Spectral Sword, and put lethal on the field. Are you kidding me? Shogun Saga.
Monsters of my monster.
Banish the 2,500 from the grave. Gain the 2,500 attack. Samurai Saga reduce the token by another 500. 4,500 damage over the token. Oh.
It was an honor to duel against you. I shall never forget this battle. Your determination was surprising. I can see that you have the spirit of a true duelist.
Game 3. Wait, David, you're going first 3 times? 3 times?
In my way.
Konami, really? Really, Konami?
My monster's effect activates.
Samurai Skull, send a Spectral Sword from the deck to the grave.
Set my card.
2 back row, 3 back row, 2 back row.
Prepare yourself. My turn. Draw. And now, I summon a monster in attack position.
Summoning his own Samurai Skull. Now, if Samurai Skull leaves the field due to an opponent's card effect, it will activate to summon a zombie from the deck. And it activates on summon, so a Gazuki in comparison would be stopped by a Kanadia. Am I saying that Samurai Skull is better than Gazuki? They're different. They have different benefits and different downsides.
You just don't realize it yet.
Back to David.
My turn. Draw. Come out. I summon a monster in attack
Tuna?
position.
Another Samurai Skull.
Activate.
Now, does he play a rank 4 Exceed? I don't know. Does Shiranui play rank 4 Exceed or what? We Exceeding? Do you have room for Exceeds? 2 level 4s? Zexel? Oh my.
I exceed.
What? What is it? What's your rank 4 Exceed? Direwolf. Diamond Direwolf, which could destroy itself and another card in the field. Kanadia, flip that fool face down. I don't think so. You're destroying nothing, and now your field's clogged.
Face down.
Chain Ballista Squad. Now, you might be thinking, wow, did he lose a lot of cards? Yes, he did.
Look upon your
Oh, Revival Token. Is he really going to beat you again with that? No way.
Horror awaits you.
Oh, boy.
Summon a
Oh, boy. Double token in defense.
My monster's effect activates.
Spectral Sword, banish a non-tuner from the grave to summon a level 6 onto the fields. He had Solitaire. He denied him. He denied him. He could have made a level 8. He could have possibly done 4,000 damage over the Samurai Skull. But the Revival Gift token stopped it.
That ends my
It did. Holy moly.
draw.
I think it would have been off by a little bit, actually. Well, no, if he made the Samurai Saga and banished that, he had lethal. He had lethal.
In attack position.
Normal summon a Solitaire. Solitaire contributes itself to summon a tuner from the deck, but maybe we're just going to Synchro instead.
My monster's effect activates.
We're activating. Tributing the Spectral Sword. Now, the Revival token, while it prevented lethal, it also prevented you from making a play yourself. It summoned your tuner from the graveyard that you wanted in the grave. Oh, no! Karma Cut. Discard a card, banish a monster in the field, and then all other copies of that same card from the graveyard get banished? You lost both of your Spectral Swords? Are you kidding me? What now?
My turn. You're falling into my trap. You just don't
Back to David.
yet.
I think he has 3 traps in the grave, but 3 traps, and he does not. Had he had 3 traps in the grave, he could have returned 1 to the hand, the rest back in the deck. We're going to battle.
Attacks in me.
I'm going to beat you down with the tokens you gave me. 2,000 damage to the face. We've seen Drowning Mirror Force in all 2 games. Game 3, Drowning. Drown him, drown him, drown him. Yes! Drowning Mirror Force. Return the field. Back into the deck. No way.
Spirit is quite removed.
Wow. He didn't need both tokens in attack.
Draw.
What was he thinking?
It's upon you.
Holy moly. He randomly adds the Revival Gift from the graveyard back to the hand, returning the rest of the traps back in the deck. Canadia, Drowning, back in the deck.
My monster's effect activates.
Samurai Skull, negated by Fiendish Chain. No, no, no.
My continuous trap.
Don't forget, we Karma Cut 2 of his Spectral Swords. And that might be the only Spectral Swords he plays. Is that possible?
Much more punishment.
Could Shiranui only be playing 2 Spectral Swords?
Effect activates. Come forth. I speak
It's time to come back.
my monster.
Come back from that filthy Drowning Mirror Force. Banishing the Spectral Sword and the Solitaire to summon the Zombie Skull into the field. Solitaire summon the Spectral Sword back onto the field. Make a level 8 Synchro. Shogun Saga is here. Shogun banish a monster from the graveyard, gaining its attack. 5,500 attack. Going in for lethal. Any back row. Oof! I mean, we know he added the Revival Gift, and he doesn't even have a tuner in the grave. David! David Magri! You
Despite the outcome,
are the champion.
be proud of yourself.
2-1 victory. Holy moly. Wow. Wow. 1 Witchcrafter. 1 Witchcrafter. 38 Resonator. Where'd the Harpies go? Okay, where's the last MCS? We're going to go to Tournaments. We're going to go to MCS. We're going to click on here. What happened? This was the last MCS. 42, 43. So the question is, Dkayed, what happened to Harpies? A big ban list, right? No. Nothing happened to Harpies. Nothing. Nothing happened to Harpies. Resonator, mate. Resonator, mate. What did the top 32 look like at the last MCS? 17 Harpies. Wow. 4 Shiranui. How many Shiranuis were there? 4 Shiranui entered the tournament, and then 4 Shiranui topped the tournament, and 2 of them got in the grand freaking finals and won the tournament? How? Juked. Got second place with this. Revival gift. Summon your spectral sword from the graveyard. Then summon 2 tokens on your opponent's side of the fields. Then lethal over the token with the Shogun Saga. Block their Exceed play. Block their Synchro play. Block their play by them having 2 tokens on the fields. Very nice. First place, David Magri. It's the same deck. Is it the same? What's the monster ratios? Both playing. He's playing 1 more Samurai Skull and an MST. So he threw in another Samurai Skull and another MST, but plays the same amount of traps. 12 traps, but an extra Samurai Skull, an extra MST, not playing the Revival Gift. He's playing an Exceed. He's not playing Exceed. You'll also see the other Shiranui. So David Magri, congratulations on winning the MCS. All right, David Magri. Thank you. Top 32. 32 decks. Rapid fire, let's go. Ooh, is this a Japanese Resonator deck? Anything secret, spicy about this? We have a Herald of the Abyss. No True Nade. Only 1 semi-limit. 20 cards. 2 Resonator. 1 Doom Caliber. I want you all to make sure if we see that one deck without Doom Caliber, we want to see. We want to focus on how many Doom Calibers are being played, how many Solemn Scoldings. He's got no Solemn Scoldings, no True Nade, triple MST, 2 red Resonators. Crazy. Battery Man, Thunder Dragon. Nice. What is this? What is this? A 24 card. 24 card. Okay. Stygian Dirge in the main deck. Goblin of Greed. Tsukiyomi on summon. Flip a monster face down. So you special summon the Crimson Resonator. You normal summon the Tsukiyomi. You flip down the Roach. And then you synchro. Do consider playing this. Level tuning. Level tuning. When you're at 2,000 life, you could change the levels of 2 monsters on the fields. Okay. Bo Senju. What? Triple Drowning. Double Veil, double Kiteroid, 1 OEM. Yeah. Dr. Resonator, Caius. Again, no Doom Caliber. Doom Caliber's not needed. The one. The only. Harpy deck. Only 1 Harpy. 12 Harpies joined the tournament. Only 1 made top 32. And this is it. The best performing Harpies. The one and only. Extra deck. Okay. Why did you leave your last job? The company relocated and didn't tell me where. Sorry. Did he double Suki? We're playing Tsukiyomi over Doomcal? A Doomcal. A Needle Ceiling. Ooh. Obelisk. The Tormentor. Triple DD Crow. No Solemn Scolding. More Resonators with no Solemn Scolding. Elure TD. All right. Ooh, you naming your deck KCGT? You're playing this in the KCGT? Necro Valley in the main deck. Keg W. Wow. Don't we all love MST and Book of Moon? 20 card Yosun Jill. Nyx. More Necro Valley. This is a different Water Exceed deck. Raw. I'm counting 2 Obelisk in the top 32. 2 of them. Stygian Dirge. Get Dirgin. Stygian Dirge wouldn't even be bad against Shiranui. Caius. Caius. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, spicy. Resonant Destruction. You activate this card. Continuous. If your opponent synchros with their resonators, you destroy their cards. You destroy their back row, you destroy their monsters. Or you do your own synchros with your own Resonant Destruction. Pop their cards. Very good for the mirror match or just wiping stuff away. This is the final Shiranui deck. Yup. Yup. Stygian Dirge in the main deck. Shiranui is here. Shiranui is here. So this is the 4th one. The 4th one. Lightning Vortex. Caius. Very nice. Goblin Agreed. No Doom Caliber. The One Fire King. 18 joined the events. 1 made it to the top 32. And this is it. Megaroid City. Nice, nice. Water. What the heck is this? When your opponent activates a monster effect, detach a material from your Exceed, negate and destroy. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. Psalm Scolding didn't really show up that much in the top 32. Another Red Dragon into a Red Nova Dragon. Red Nova Dragon is an out to Saber Dancer. It's an out to Obelisk. They summon Obelisk, you summon Red Nova Dragon. Nice. Boom. Another Thunder Dragon. Another Thunder Dragon, if you couldn't tell, it did change. More Thunder Dragon. Lured by Darkness, thank you. Thunder Dragons are all over these places. Crazy. Gia, did you not check the freaking deck type names before they submit? This is okay? Onomat called Playing With My Sister. The only Onomat deck. 4 entered. 1 topped. Playing With My Sister. And the final deck of the tournament. That's the full top 32. Boom. You got them all. The player names, all that good stuff's going to be on the website. Thank you all so much for another amazing Meta Championship series.